Okay. So this is 7A. So if you're looking at blank pages, just turn 2 pages over because I hole punched them so that you could do a comparison between the old code and the new code. And the reason why I'm going to go over this a little bit with you is because I do want to include this in our annual report on, the layout of our website. So what I liked was Dee mentioned one time about how great it is that we have this index that takes us to these different subject matters, the way we've laid out our new code, and how neat it would be to be able to access it that way, in our books. And I thought, what a great idea to be able to access it that way online. So I restructured the whole website so that it looks like our new code. So it's got, if you click on the first AMC 1.15, that will take you to Municode. So you'll get the whole thing over at Municode, which, by the way, it is finally codified. It's finally there. Woohoo! Woohoo! And so, but if you go down the line here, we got 0.010, 0.020, and exactly the way our code lays out with the title. So if you click on each one of those, it's going to go to a PDF. It's going to look like our book. It's going to go to the PDF of just that section. And so if they're under that particular subject, they can go right to the code there. So what I did was we have forms. We have some pages where we house some of our historic information, and we have some questions. So what I did was house all that information under that section of code. So if you go down to the first one is 0.050 gifts. So we have the form to request an exception, that's there, linked. We have the form for the mayor in excess of 500, that's linked there. Then if you go to conflict of interest, we have the form for the disclosure, and we have the form for the notice of intent to respond to public solicitation. So if there's any confusion there, all they have to do is click on that section of code to get any references, that are on the form itself. Down next to 1.100, municipal contract or business with the municipality. So that's where we have the form for disclosure of an economic interest in a municipal contract or business. So
can I interrupt? Should we also, that notice of intent to respond to public solicitation, I wonder if that should go also under the interest in municipal contract or business? I just wondered if people are looking for that. I'm not sure an average person would know that that's to look under conflict of interest.
Okay, I could put it both places, and it is referenced under conflict of interest, that particular form.
I see that,
you get it. Yeah,
that's what I wonder, because it's more, if you want to do business with the municipality, this is where you would look.
Okay.
The average person wouldn't think of conflict of interest.
Okay.
So I would either move it down to just put it under the business section and take it out of conflict of interest, or do it both.
I think I'm going to have to do it both, because what I was talking about with references, our code, that's where that form is referenced, is in conflict of interest.
Okay.
So I'll put it in both.
Do you guys mind? I mean,
Okay. So if you go down to now advisory opinions, which is 150, we have a page that we had before where we had questions about advisory opinions. So if you flip over to, this is the page that it's going to go to. It's requesting an advisory opinion.
Oh.
And it says, who can request an advisory opinion? How do I file a request for an advisory opinion? Where do I file my request? So those are some common questions that we had before. Then if you go underneath that, you'll go to the form. And then after that, you'll go to our advisory opinions, our history of opinions. So flip over another page, and you'll see about 4 pages. We have a huge history with our opinion. Now I've got them separated into current advisory opinions under the new code, and years from 2017 to 16 under the previous code. So we still have that information there, but we've separated it, for the new stuff. But look at all of this that we have. So every time we do one of these, we put a little summary on the website, and we have the response, and we have the actual request.
This is really
we
nice.
have to add Lisa Toussaint.
Lisa Toussaint. Okay. Oh, yes. Let me do that. Let me write it down, so I'll do it.
Well, I remember before, it was really hard to find the code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you look on the municipal website, and it's not user-friendly at all. This is fantastic.
Which I love this, because this is
Yeah.
all about the code.
Yeah.
So, and then if you go under advisory opinions, it's same thing with ethics complaints for potential violation. There's a question page, and so if you go past all that history advisory opinions, filing an ethics complaint for potential violation. Who can file an ethics complaint? How do I file an ethics complaint? Where do I file an ethics complaint? Is my ethics complaint confidential? So that gives them information there. Then we have the form, and then we have the history of our ethics complaint. And same thing, I separated by years before and years with the new code. Now, the thing that's different about this is we don't issue a report or response to every single potential violation. It's only if we accept it and we do file a report. So if you look on the right side, you'll see all of the filings that we've had, but it'll show dismissed, dismissed, withdrawn, dismissed, dismissed. And then if it says see table, that means we accepted it, we have a report, and we had some, action on that, and they can look at all of that information right there. And then, this one we've accepted, this 2018-1, so this will be our first one under the new code section there. So that is what I've done to our code webpage, and I would like to include this and sort of like, if you look on the right side, our annual report will go there, and then we have all your appointment documents there. But I'd like to dissect that in our annual report for the assembly members so they can see just what all we have there, because we've really got a ton of stuff on that page.
And Lisa, we're adding you as a staff contact.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So
Because now you're officially in code, before you weren't.
Codified.
You're codified, that's right.
That's really nice, Lisa.
Yes,
Yeah, thank you so
wonderful.
much. This is great.
Yeah.
and if you have any suggestions, I'm open to doing that too.
I would
Yes.
suggest it.
Yes.
It's really hard to find the ethics code on our website, municipal website, because it goes right to assembly, to clerk, to committees or something. It's like 4 layers down. And it's probably one of the more, I can't remember, it's not. That citizens, maybe it's a municipal issue, citizens